Good evening, everyone, from Coley Field on the campus of South Pike High School in Magnolia, Mississippi. It's time for the 4A State of Mississippi South State High School football playoffs as the number 1 seed South Pike Eagles from District 6 take on the number 4 seed from District 7, the Sumrall Bobcats. I'm Kelly Sander along with producer engineer Jeremy Thompson here tonight on a clear, cool night. Actually on the border of cold, depending on who you talk to, but I'll take this over 95 with 90% humidity any day of the week. Just audio tonight only in the playoffs. The Sumrall Bobcats in their all-white uniforms, white from head to toe. The Eagles are in their forest green uniforms from head to toe. Sumrall will get the football to begin the game. The Bobcats won the toss and elected to receive, which is kind of contrary to what teams do most of the time. Now, usually they'll defer to the second half, but the Bobcats want to run offense first, and they will get a chance to do that. Coming into this game, the Eagles, 9-2 overall. They were undefeated in district play, and over half the games they played this year, they put up over 60 points. And in a couple of other games, they put up 50 or more. So this is a very explosive offensive attack that Sumrall is going to have to deal with. And you would expect, just based on the rankings of South Pike being a 1 seed and Sumrall being a 4 seed, that the Bobcats would be the underdogs here. Sumrall entering the field from the end zone to our right. And the Eagles joining us here right underneath our broadcast location here at Coley Field in Magnolia. And the quickest way to Magnolia is down the 84 highway, like you're headed toward, or check that, the 98 highway, like you're headed toward Tylertown, and then veer off on the 48. And the 48 west will bring you right into Magnolia. About an hour and maybe 10 or 15 minutes from Sumrall. But getting ready for this first playoff game, should the Raw Cats win tonight, most likely they would host for sure. But most likely host the Mendenhall Tigers, who are also in a playoff game tonight. Other teams from District 7 4A that are involved in the playoffs, Lanier is playing at Poplarville. Poplarville, the number 1 seed. Greene County is at home tonight against Macomb. The Wildcats, by virtue of beating Sumrall last week, locked down the number 2 seed. Lawrence County, the number 3 seed in. And of course, we are here in South Pike. So getting ready to tee this one up. Zebedee Harris gets the Eagles lined up, and this kick comes to the near sideline, fielded at about the 20-yard line, and then quickly wrapped up and thrown out of bounds is Tyler Daniels. And that's where the Bobcats will set up shop, 1st and 10 at about the 28-yard line. In the Bobcats working left to right in their white helmets, white jerseys, white pants. You've seen them, Sumrall fans, in these uniforms quite a bit this year, especially toward the beginning part of the season. Boy, the aroma of hamburgers and onion rings and everything that goes along with a good football game permeating the air here in Magnolia. 1st and 10. For the Rawcats from the near hash mark right in front of us here. Dennis Jackson at the controls. Jackson on the give and go right straight ahead to Tyreek Preston, but he finds things pretty tough going there. Maybe falls forward for a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up for Sumrall. The officiating crew tonight is out of the Laurel district. Of course, during the playoffs you get unbiased officials from different districts whose teams are not involved in the game. Sammy Ellis is the white hat tonight. We'll get to the rest of the crew in just a moment. 2nd down and 8. Again, Jackson in his metallic gold shoes tonight. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, wants to throw, lofts this one toward the sideline, and he overthrows Ashanti Cocroft, who was his, or Gabe Cocroft rather, was his intended receiver up at about the 50-yard line. The incompletion stops the clock with 11:22 left to go here. Very early going here in Magnolia, but a 3rd down and 8 coming up for Sumrall. South Pike has always been a football powerhouse. They're in the playoffs every year. They're showing blitz here. The outstanding linebacker Angus Armstrong is showing like he might be coming on the blitz, along with Markel Brumfield right there in the middle part of the field. 3rd down. Jackson wants to throw. Has time. Dumps it out. Little check down pass to Tyreek Preston across the 35, but then he stood up at about the 36-yard line. He will not get there for the first down. Again, Markel Brumfield from his linebacker position makes the stop. Short of the first down by about 2 yards, so very quickly. Payne Phillips is in to boot it away. He'll stand at about the 23-yard line. Back deep for the Eagles is Tyrone Stewart, the freshman wide receiver and defensive back, but he has got some terrific moves, some quick feet, and he is in punt formation. Phillips gets the low punt away. It's a line drive that almost hits some of his defenders, but it does take a Sumrall bounce, and the Bobcats will down it at about the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the high-flying Eagles here on their home field tonight. So the Eagles get to work as the number 1 seed from Region 6 4A. And out of the shotgun formation is Dontavius Turner. He's the quarterback of this team. He hands it off right side. Nice hole, and getting across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line, taking some Bobcats on head on was Kadarius Jackson. That's a pickup of 9, about a yard short. So 2nd down and 1. It's one and done in the playoffs here. You win, you advance, you get beat, it's all over for 2018. Turner wants to throw, does to the sideline. It's caught there by Alex Adams. Adams avoids one tackler and then has to tightrope up at about the 48-yard line. He was pushed out of bounds by Nigel Coleman, but it'll be enough to move the chains for the Eagles. Again, over half the games this year, South Pike has put up over 60 points. So they know what it is to light up the scoreboard, which is actually located down here to our right. 10:07 left to go in the first quarter, the first possession of the night for South Pike. Again, Turner at quarterback out of the shotgun. Give and go, right straight ahead. This time the Bobcats stuff the line of scrimmage, and big Nick Eccles got his hand in there to stop the forward progress. Maybe a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11 coming up. Nice play by big number 51 for Sumrall, part of that front, that 4-man defensive front for Sumrall, which includes Solly Landrum, Justice Hanberry. They show the blitz. Now Turner will run it himself, but he gets wrapped up maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Landrum was there to bring him down. And also there for Sumrall to make the play was Ashanti Cocroft. So 3rd down and 11. Cole Daniels was the other man of that defensive front that we didn't get to mention. The linebacking core has the quack attack on the near side, Cocroft in the middle, and Devin Gouldsby to the far side. 3rd down and 11. Nigel Coleman in that secondary, along with Adarius Fairman. Cronin also back there, throwing on 3rd down and making the catch and getting away from 2 or 3 Bobcats. Spinning his way out of trouble is Kadarius Jackson. There's a flag on the play, so hold everything here. But the Bobcats, poor tackling there. They had him stopped about 5 yards short of the line of scrimmage. But Jackson spun his way loose. But by the way that Turner is reacting here, it would appear that this is going to go against the Eagles. We'll await the call of Sammy Ellis, the referee tonight, again out of the Laurel Association. And the Eagles are all coming back. So they know that it's against them. So offensive tackle. Jackson on the hold there. So it'll move them back to about the 37-yard line. And they've got to get all the way to the Sumrall 42. So a self-inflicted wound there by South Pike after they got the first down yardage.
Not something you see very much. Referee had a mic down there.
It is nice. The referee's mic'd in this game. And now we've got whistles blow again before this play can develop. And another flag is down. And this is a false start against the Eagles. So Bobcats moving the Eagles backwards, but the Eagles causing problems First round of the 4A State High School Football Playoffs. State championships the last weekend of November in Hattiesburg. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Got some good yardage back. Did Dontavius Turner, but he only got up to about the 50. He needed to get to the Sumrall 42. So it'll bring up a 4th down and about 9, and they will dispatch the punting unit here. The Eagles are not used to kicking the ball away. Tyrese Carter, who doubles as a linebacker for the Eagles, will be back at about the 35 to kick it away. And tracking it for Sumrall will be Dennis Jackson. Clock moving with 8:41 left to go here in the first quarter. There is no score tonight here in South Pike, as the Spirit of the South plays right below us here. There's another line drive kick that Jackson will have to get away from. The Eagles hovering at about the 15-yard line. That is about where they will down it as Cameron Reynolds stops it at the 16. So Sumrall will get to work first and 10 from its own 16-yard line. I want to thank all of our sponsors making our webcast possible, including Sumrall Lawn Center, Sumrall Lawn Care, the Red Zone opportunities sponsored by Sumrall Lawn Care. Also our State Farm Insurance agent, Stacy Clark Temple, who brings us our trivia question in the second quarter. The Grand Bank Halftime Show, Children's Clinic, division of Hattiesburg Clinic, and Dandy Dan's Chevron in both Bellevue and Sumrall, and the Lamar County Board of Supervisors, along with Primerica Financial Services. Direct snap to Jackson, and he follows some blockers to the far side of the field and picks up about 6 before, as he's been doing all year long, takes himself out of the play. But he did pick up 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. That's the biggest gain of the night early on here for the Rawcats. Cade Dito in there as a wide receiver here. One of the freshmen, Cronin, also to the near side. Man in motion, and they give it to Cocroft. Looking for a block. Cocroft cuts across the 25 up to about the 26. Needed to get to about the 27.
On the tackle for the Eagles,
looks like he's short by about a half a yard. So 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down for the
Marshall Phillips was also in the lineup there. So a whole host of changes coming in here on 3rd and 1. The big beef comes in. This is the heavy package for Sumrall with Solomon Lander in the backfield. Nick Eccles also in there. 3rd down and about a half a yard. Look for him maybe to go right behind the block of John Failer, the center. They're going out of the I formation here. Now they shift to the right. Way down under center is Jackson. He hands it off right side. Big hole for Tyreek Preston, who spins away. He's across the 45 to the 40-yard line of South Pike and caught from behind at about the 35-yard line. A big gain for Sumrall as the Eagles pack the box, expecting the quarterback sneak. And once he got through the secondary, it was a foot race. He was caught from behind, but a big gain for the Rawcats down to the 35-yard line of South Pike. Great run by Tyreek Preston, who just had a couple of rays of daylight, but ran right to it. And then it was off to the races. 1st and 10. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter. No score, but Sumrall with a big shot in the arm there offensively has the ball on 1st and 10. Dennis Jackson wants to throw. He does to the near sideline. Cronin hauls it in at the 26-yard line. That's a gain of about 7 or 8. Actually, where they spotted, it's a gain of 9. Nice play by Cronin. Matthew Cronin made the grab and then fell immediately to the ground. It was thrown toward his outer shoulder, so he was the only one that really could make that grab. Marshall Phillips to the near side of the field. To the far side, you've got Hayden Barrett over there and Tyler Daniels. Zane Berry is also out there. Empty backfield. Dennis Jackson wants to throw. Can't find anybody. Now lobs it toward the end zone. Berry is there, but incomplete at about the 1-yard line. There were a couple of Eagles that were on their way back there and arrived just as the ball was getting there, so they swatted it away. Brings up a 3rd down and 1, and here comes the beef again. Nick Eccles and Justice for All. Justice Hanberry coming in there. Solomon Landrum, who can do just about anything. And also Ashanti Cocroft, a bunch of seniors there, ready to try to get this first down. 3rd and 1 with 6:35 left to go in the first quarter. This time they shift to the left. Jackson hands off to Preston. He has the yardage for the first down. The exact same play that Sumrall got the first down on before. They just didn't get the big gain, but they got enough to move the chains. That's what counts. With 6:30 left to go here in the first quarter, Sumrall continues to be on the move, and they are nearing the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone. 1st and 10 at the 24 of South Pike. Sumrall a decided underdog in this game, and if the Bobcats can pull off the win, then they would return home next week. They would be at Sumrall. And man, would that be wild.
Be very good.
Yeah, for Sumrall to host a playoff game, most likely against Mendenhall. High snap that Jackson will have to try to make something himself. Wasn't a whole lot there. And admirable that maybe he got a yard depending on where they spot it, because that could have been disastrous on the high snap. It'll be 2nd down and long for the Cats with 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Glad that you're with us, albeit audio only tonight on our YouTube channel. 5 receivers for Sumrall, 3 to the far side, 2 to the near side with an empty backfield. Dennis Jackson, the Ole Miss commit, who will go there as a wide receiver, is at quarterback for Sumrall. Snap is perfect. Dennis Jackson will run it himself, doesn't even think about throwing it, and he is stacked up after a gain of about 2 or 3. The Eagles are called the Flying Eagles not for no reason other than they do get to the football. He did pick up about
Brings up 3rd down.
4 on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Big 3rd down play. You would think that Sumrall is in 4-down territory anyway. Let's not put the cart ahead of the horse. Again, an empty backfield for Dennis Jackson. The snap is perfect. Rolls to his right, wants to throw. Can't find anybody. Now dumps it toward the sideline, and he finds Barrett. Barrett hauls it in at about the 19-yard line.
Pass is complete.
They've got to get to about the 15.
4th down for the Bobcats.
So it is 4th down, and the field goal unit is being deployed here by Sumrall. Young Bryson Smith, the freshman, who's had a good season. He'll put it down at about the 25-yard line out of the hold of Marshall Phillips. Solomon Landrum is the long snapper, so Bryson Smith to try to put Sumrall on the board. This will be a 35-yarder from the near hash mark. Snap is back, the placement's down, Smith's kick is up. It is long enough, and it is good. Bryson Smith threads the needle from 35, and Sumrall has grabbed the lead.
Field goal is good.
Nice kick by that young man as Sumrall had just gotten in to the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone. Though it is fall season, which is football season, the pros at Sumrall Lawn Service are busy every season. Whether it's mowing, edging, tree trimming, or bush hogging, Richie and Jim Sumrall have over 20 years of experience making your lawn be something you can be proud of. Like the Bobcats on the field, Sumrall Lawn Care knows what it takes to win and how to make your home landscape a winner. Sumrall Lawn Care salutes Bobcat Graham Freeman and wishes him luck. Proud supporters of the Bobcats, Sumrall Lawn Care, sponsors of the Bobcat Red Zone. So Sumrall on the 35-yarder, Bryson Smith's longest of the year, puts Sumrall ahead 3-0. And that's something the Eagles haven't found themselves in a position very often of trailing in a football game this year. South Pike here on its home field, Coley Field. And the kick is away. Again, it's a knuckler that will be picked up at about the 30-yard line, working toward the middle part of the field, looking for some blocking. And then wrapped up at about the 45-yard line by Nigel Coleman. They'll spot it at the 46. DeMarcus Elzey on the return for the Eagles. So they'll begin this series at their own 46-yard line. A good return. But Sumrall leading this one 3-0 with 3:43 left to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Turner rolls to his right, wants to throw. Now he'll run it himself. Gets through the first line of defense for Sumrall and then does the old second base slide into Sumrall territory at about the 45, just short of a first down. Pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down for our Eagles.
And we've got a penalty marker down way after the play and before the next one. So maybe an illegal substitution. I don't know. We'll wait and see here. Again, we'll be keeping up to date on other playoff games. It's a sideline warning for the Eagles.
first down.
Jackson Lanier is at Poplarville down at the Hornets' Nest tonight. Greene County and Leakesville hosting Macomb. Lawrence County is at Florence. Those are the other games in Region 7-4A, all playoff games. Turner rolls to his left, wants to throw, and he overthrows his intended receiver down at about the 37-yard line. Kadarius Jackson was there, but Nigel Coleman would have popped him had he made the catch. So incomplete. The incompletion stops the clock with 3:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Sparse crowd on hand tonight for Sumrall. A chilly night, kind of a pep band in attendance tonight for Sumrall. Third down. Turner wants to throw, lofts this one out into the flat. This one is caught by Adams. Adams gets away from a couple Bobcats, and a flag comes flying in from about 20 yards down the field. He got the first down yardage to the Sumrall 35, but again, looks like this might be a face mask against Sumrall. We'll see.
Face mask, 21 white.
It is. Cronin is the man they're going to get for a face mask call. A 15-yarder, a personal foul. The Eagles had already gotten the first down, but then you tack on 15 more. And South Pike gets it all the way down to the Sumrall 20-yard line. With 3:07 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll get to our Sumrall roll call here in a moment. Dontavius Turner at quarterback calls his own number, tries the right side, gets free, now tries to get to the outside and slipped on the turf. He was probably, folks, in all candor, going for the touchdown. But he slipped on the turf at about the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 7, makes it second down and 3. Eagles working right to left here at Coley Field from the far hash mark in front of the Sumrall bench. Second down and 3. Turner has an empty backfield. Rolls to his left after takes the snap. The pass is caught and then hit immediately by Nigel Coleman and thrown to the turf is Jackson at the 10-yard line. Boy, Coleman got his lick in there. I mean, he stood him up and pancaked him at about the 10. But that'll move the chains. It's enough for a first down.
And with the completed pass,
so it's a first down and goal. They spot it just inside the 10-yard line. The complete football is inside the 10.
Brings another first down.
First down and goal for the Eagles with 2:12 left to go here in the first quarter. Turner does have some help in the backfield now. Split to his left is Amos. And they hand it to Amos. His first run of the night, tries to string out the Sumrall defense, and they're there. Devin Goolsby is there. Cocroft is also there.
27, Amos.
So, no gain on the play, maybe even lost a yard. Nice play by Goolsby coming up from his linebacker position. Everybody else had a hat on him, but Goolsby was able to get loose there and make the tackle. Second down and goal from the 11-yard line. Clock moving with 1:37 left to go. Sumrall leads 3-0. Fakes the handoff. Turner runs himself, tries to get to the outside. He gets away, spins, and dives into the end zone. That is an Eagle touchdown.
And that's a touchdown. Eagles of South Pike.
A lot of speed.
Quarterback keeper, run number 3.
Dontavius Turner, and he's just a junior.
Let's hear it for the Eagles. Let's go.
He's 6 feet, and they list him at 160 pounds, but he looks a little more stockily built than 160. But nonetheless, great moves. They'll go for 2 here. And the handoff goes nowhere. And I mean a sea of white jerseys led by Solomon Landrum. Stack up the Eagles in the backfield, so the 2-point conversion is no good with 1:26 left to go here in the first quarter. It's the Eagles 6 and the Bobcats 3. It's not just a home or a car, it's the 6 months you saved for the HD flat screen just in time for football season, and the overtime you work for that third car so that your team can drive themselves to school. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm Insurance agent Stacy Clark Temple sees your home and car as things that you work hard for and understands what those things really mean to you. And she's here to help you, give them the protection they need. Talk to State Farm agent Stacy Clark Temple in Sumrall for your home and auto insurance today. So there's the kick to the near sideline. It'll be fielded at about the 18-yard line. Again, returning it for Sumrall.
Again, we welcome all parents, teachers, and students.
Tyler Daniels brings it up to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Sumrall, they'll spot it at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. If you're listening to the game tonight, we'd love to hear from you. You can give us a text at 601-310-7077. 601-310-7077. 6-3. South Pike leads it as Dennis Jackson and company get back to work here. With a running back to his left, that is Tyreek Preston. Eagles going with a 3-4 defensive alignment here on 1st and 10 for Sumrall. Dennis Jackson gives it right straight ahead to Preston. He plunges forward for a gain of maybe 2. Trying to follow the blocking there of Hayden Pedigo. 1:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Call it a gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9. Twin receivers to the far side of the field. Coney now in the backfield. Darren Coney, the junior speed merchant for Sumrall, to the right of Jackson. Jackson fakes it to Coney, will run it himself, but only gets up to about the 30. That's another gain of a couple. So it should be a 3rd down and 7 coming up for Sumrall as we get south of a minute left to go here in the first quarter. South Pike leading Sumrall 6-3. A 35-yard Bryson Smith field goal and a touchdown with a 2-point conversion attempt that failed. 3rd down now. Jackson has Coney to his left now, and again, twin receivers to each side. Man in motion to the far side is Barrett. They roll that way. Jackson wants to throw. Can't find anybody. Look out. He's in trouble and gets the ball away at the last minute. It would not surprise me. They'll call it an incomplete forward pass, but it would not surprise me if they got him for intentional grounding there because there was no Bobcat in the area. And I'm sure the Eagles would like intentional grounding call, but that will not be the case. And Phillips will come in to kick it away. With 6 seconds left to go in the first quarter. South Pike leading Sumrall 6-3. Crossley. Xavius Crossley back for the punt return, but Phillips will not kick it to him. And Sumrall will get on this football, and as it wiggles its way down to about the 36-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter.
With the score, these visitors from Sumrall. The Bobcats 3, Howard. South Pike, Soaring Eagles 6.
The Bobcats know it's important to get a quick start, and so too your friends at Dandy Dan's Chevron in Bellevue. Whether it's their complete line of fresh, always hot coffees to Miss Betty's sausage and egg biscuits, Dandy Dan's in Bellevue has your quick start covered. For lunch, you can try the daily plate lunch specials at Dandy Dan's Chevron in Bellevue. The smiles are always warm and the drinks ice cold. Proud supporters of Sumrall football and all local schools, Dandy Dan's in Bellevue on Highway 589. Kelly Sander with producer-engineer Jeremy Thompson here at Coley Field on the campus of South Pike. It's about an hour and 10 minutes or so from Sumrall. Get on the 98 like you're headed toward Macomb, and between Tylertown and Macomb, I think, or just as you're coming into Tylertown, you veer off on the 48 and it'll bring you right here. Junior college football action tomorrow. Northwest and Jones are playing in the first round of the MAC-JC playoffs. Jones at home, the number 1 seed from the south. 1st and 10, Turner to throw, throws a bullet to the far side of the field. It's caught and wrestled out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. A gain of about 5. Brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Amos brings a 2nd down for Howard.
Amos on the reception, 2nd down and 5. That was the first play of the second quarter. Audio only tonight here from Magnolia. First down, handoff right straight up the middle. And finding some room is Cameron Reynolds. Gets across the 50, and he's taken down at the 44-yard line. Good surge on that offensive line for the Eagles. Opened up a hole over the left side. And he sprinted through there.
Brings another Eagles first down.
And Adarius Fairman was there to bring him down. Otherwise, he might have headed to pay dirt. 1st and 10. They try it again to Reynolds. Same play, but this time to the right side. The Bobcats were able to sniff that one out, but again, Fairman on the tackle there for Sumrall. Only a pickup of about 2. 2nd down and 8. Tackle made by Christian Clinton on the near side of the defensive line. Clinton now one of those down linemen. Bobcats show blitz. They bring it, and they hit him in the backfield. Great call by defensive coordinator Chris Fortenberry as Cole Daniels and Ashanti Cocroft were flying through the line.
Once again, the ball carrier, number 4, Reynolds.
Or Gabe Cocroft, and they hammered him for no gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and about 8.
Eagle Nation, Eagle family. Let's hear for our offense. Let's go.
South Pike leads it 6-3. They fake the handoff now to the near side. Oh, and a lick by Zane Berry. And incomplete. The pass is incomplete. Kadarius Jackson was the intended receiver. The ball got there at the same time Zane Berry did, and Zane Berry popped him hard. Incomplete. Well, that's a wide receiver's nightmare when you know you got to make that catch and you see the guy out of the corner of your eye coming to lay a lick. The Eagles are going to try to go for it here. At least they show that they're going for it. On 4th down and about 8. Bobcats don't jump. Turner rolls to his right, wants to run it himself. Now throws at the last minute at the 31-yard line, and the pass is complete. That should be enough for the 1st down, depending on the spot. And really, where they're spotting it, that's a break for Sumrall, but it's still enough for a 1st down. So the Eagles go for it on 4th down and convert. When Turner started to run to the near side, the linebacking core for Sumrall had to respect the fact that he might run. And at the last minute, a receiver was open. Turner now runs right straight ahead, but I think a penalty marker is thrown right in the middle of the field at about the 28-yard line after a gain of maybe a couple. 10 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter. South Pike leads Sumrall 6-3. This is against the Eagles. The Deans and the Bennetts can't see the feed, but again, to let everybody know, there is no video of tonight's game because the MHSAA wants a ton of money to show these games on video. So now we can talk about it like the good old days in radio. Look out, running the football, breaking free and getting down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. A great run. Dildrion Amos gets to the 24, and they need to get to about the 21. So even after the holding call, they make up almost all the yardage that they needed even to get the 1st. Whistle blows again, and we've got a false start against the Eagles. The only penalty tonight that Sumrall has had was the face mask penalty, but every other penalty has been against South Pike. So when they had a 2nd down and short, it's now 2nd down, still manageable on 2nd down and about 8. With 9:33 left to go here in the 2nd quarter, South Pike leads Sumrall 6-3. Turner at quarterback has a back. It's Amos again. Can't find anything in the middle, so he comes to the near side. Amos spins and is knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. So much speed on this South Pike team. And as the Eagles try to string out the Sumrall defense, Bobcats have been pretty good so far. But overall, can't run step for step with the Eagles. 6-3 is the score. South Pike leads it, 1st and 10. Turner throws. This ball is batted at the line of scrimmage. I think Cole Daniels might have got a hand on it, or Solomon Landrum, one of the two, batted it away. Nice play by the defensive front there for Sumrall. Incomplete, brings up a 2nd down and 10. The football rests at the 16-yard line. The Eagles are inside the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone with 9:14 left to go in the second quarter. First round of the South State 4A high school football playoffs for 2018. Championship weekend, the last weekend in November at Roberts Stadium in Hattiesburg. Handoff again to Amos. Gets up the middle and darts to the near side of the field. He's wrapped up at the 10-yard line. Brought down by Nigel Coleman. Third down. Third down and a long 3 from about the 10. With 8:55 left to go here in the second quarter. And a whistle blows, and I think the Bobcats want to talk this one over. So they will go to the far side of the field.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can purchase a JROTC.
In college football tomorrow, Marshall will be at Southern Miss. That's a 2 o'clock start. Hotty Toddy is at home against South Carolina. And Mississippi State takes on Louisiana Tech tomorrow. That's at Starkville. In the National Football League, a couple games on the schedule of note. The Atlanta Falcons, one of the Saints' rivals. One of the Saints' rivals in the NFC South. They will play at Washington. In the AFC North, rather, Pittsburgh will play at Baltimore. And the national game of the week, the undefeated Rams go to New Orleans. And I think that's been moved. That's a late afternoon game. 3:25, handoff, the give and go. And getting into the end zone as he finds a hole up the middle. Deldrion Amos, right straight up ahead, and the Eagles hit pay dirt.
Deldrion Amos. Let's hear the Eagle Nation for these Eagles. Let's go.
They'll try for 2 again here to try to recoup the extra point that they failed on last time with the 2-point conversion. Dontavius Turner at quarterback wants to throw it. Can't find anybody, now rolls to his left and then dumps it at the last second, incomplete. So the Bobcats have been stingy when it comes to 2-point conversions. But lead Sumrall 12-3 with 8:33 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, going back to that New Orleans game, it's the Sunday night game.
It is. They did move it to the night game.
Yeah.
It was originally scheduled to be an afternoon game. But the NFL has the flexibility with that actual, they call it a flex schedule, that they can change games to night games that were regularly scheduled in the afternoon. So they'll get the big spotlight on Sunday night. 12-3. The Eagles lead the Bobcats here with 8:33 left to go in the second quarter. Dandy Dan's Chevron in Sumrall is the go-to one-stop shop in Sumrall. Open at 6 a.m. Whether you need a quick soft drink or maybe different types of fuel, Dandy Dan's, like the Bobcat defense, won't let you down. Proud sponsor of the offensive player of the game, Dandy Dan's in Sumrall on Highway 42, right across from the middle school. Again, open every day at 6 a.m. Nice return for the Bobcats. Get up to about the 28-yard line, but then knocked down is Tyler Daniels. So at about the 26-yard line.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to recognize our South Heights School District School Board President Eva Andrews, Secretary Sam
First and
Hall,
10.
Member
Dennis Jackson
Member Dr. Luke Lampton
has Tyreek Preston to his left and twin receivers to the far side. Sumrall working right to left from the far hash mark in front of the Sumrall bench. Jackson looks to his left, can't find anybody. Now looks right, and he's got Barrett across the 40-yard line. Barrett was able to get away from coverage. Again, the same thing that the Sumrall linebackers have to do with Turner, the Eagle Bobcats have to do and respect Dennis Jackson's ability to run. And when it looked like Dennis was going to run to that far side, Barrett just kept running down the field. It's a big gain right at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rollcats, who trail in this game 12-3 with 8:13 and counting left to go here in the second quarter. Glad that you're with us tonight, albeit audio only. 1st and 10 for Sumrall. Dennis Jackson, the senior quarterback. Barrett goes into motion, and they give it to Barrett. Barrett to the near side now, looking for a block. Cuts it back up and is stood up at about the 45-yard line. Tell you what, Hayden Barrett isn't very tall, but there's nothing but muscle on that kid, and he's not afraid to fly right into a nest of Eagles there. He picked up 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. Tyreek Preston still in the backfield for Sumrall. Best thing the Bobcats can do, the best defense here for Sumrall, is just to keep the football offensively and keep it out of the hands of the high-flying Eagles on 2nd down and 5. Jackson will roll to his right after taking the snap, throws it downfield, has his man. Cronin makes the catch. A nice spin move at the 30, and Matthew Cronin inside the 30 down about the 27-yard line. How about Matthew Cronin? Caught the ball on the outer part of his shoulder, then spun the opposite direction to avoid a couple of tacklers. And another big gain for Sumrall, a pickup of 23. And they've got the football at the Eagle 27-yard line. Clock moving with 7:07 left to go here in the second quarter. South Pike defending its home turf here, 12-3 at this point. Jackson with Tyreek Preston to his left. Jackson will try the left side this time. Wants to throw. Look out. He's in trouble. Throws it and was nearly intercepted. Nearly intercepted at the 30-yard line. Jackson was under siege, and the Eagle fans want another intentional grounding call, but they're not going to get this one either. And I got to tell you, if he did throw the flag, I would understand. I mean, you got to call it the way you see it. And Dennis clearly was getting rid of that football to avoid the sack. But nonetheless, no flag is thrown, so it's 2nd down and 10, and the incompletion stops the clock with 6:51 left to go here in the second quarter. Sumrall trailing South Pike, 12-3. Snap to Jackson. He wants to run it himself. Tries the near side, has a couple of blocks, and is only able to navigate his way down to about the 24-yard line, depending on the spot. We'll see here. Yeah, it's about the 24. And they've got to get to about the, 18? So 3rd down and 6. This would be about a 40-yard field goal if they were to try it, but I'm sure the Bobcats want to get a 1st down here. 3rd down and call it 7 after the spot now. 6:14 left to go. Oak Grove played its last regular season game last night and defeated Jim Hill 48-28. Fakes the handoff, and Dennis Jackson sprints up the middle. Jackson avoids tackler, spins, dives into the end zone. That's a Bobcat touchdown. What a play by Dennis Jackson. Everybody bit on the handoff. And Jackson kept it himself and sprinted to the end zone. He was hit at about the 4-yard line, but a couple of spins, and he kept churning the legs and dove and just got the football over the goal line. So the extra point kick by Bryson Smith is up, and it is good. So with 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter, it's South Pike 12 and the Sumrall Bobcats 10. 12-10 is the score. But a nice offensive series there by the Bobcats to keep this game close with 6 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. South Pike 12 and Sumrall 10. First round of the playoffs. The Deans and the Bennetts have checked in. Shad also called in from the 601 area code. We'd love to hear from you at 601-310-7077. Let us know where you are listening to the game from tonight.
Miss Claire Conley, member Mr. John Hilbert.
6 minutes flat left to go here in the quarter. This will be a big series coming up.
And our community, thank you.
The Smith kick is brought down at about the 50-yard line. Alex Adams returns it. And it looks like, and again, it looks like Sumrall might have gotten away with a horse collar tackle at about the 50-yard line. But they return it to the 48-yard line of Sumrall, so it's a short field for the Eagles here with 5:48 left to go before half. And the Sumrall defense will be called upon here to keep it this close. Dontavius Turner, the brilliant junior quarterback at the helm here for the Eagles. He's got Deldron Amos in the backfield with him split to his left. Twin receivers to the far side, single out right. 1st and 10, the Bobcats are showing blitz, and they bring it, but that opens up a hole. Amos breaks free. Amos inside the 20-yard line and is taken out at the 15. It was Fairman that brought him down. That's the bad thing about a blitz, is if they're able to get through the initial coverage, then there's fewer men in the backfield to cover the play. First down for the Eagles at the Sumrall 15-yard line with 5:32 left to go in the half. Turner at quarterback, out of the shotgun. It's a perfect snap. Play action and whistles blow all over the place. So hang on here. And there's only been one call against Sumrall tonight, and this one goes against the Eagles. So another 5-yarder. And really, though the Eagles lead this game, they have been their own worst enemies inside the red zone. The Sumrall Lawn Care red zone, which is where they are now, 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. Turner again at quarterback gets the perfect snap. Handoff up the middle, and nothing there for Jackson as he is stacked up by 3 or 4 of the Bobcats, including Tate Davis. Tate Davis, a talented young football player for Sumrall, made that play. No gain, 2nd down and 15 with 4:44 left to go here in the second quarter. Sumrall giving the Eagles all they want here. 2nd down. Turner again. Play action, wants to throw, does across the middle. It is caught by Amos, and Amos is hit by Nigel Coleman, the Pearl River Community College commit. And they maybe pick up 4 on the play. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Eagles. The South Pike Eagles in their forest green uniforms from head to toe. They look a lot like Marshall probably will tomorrow when they come to Hattiesburg against Southern Miss. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff at M.M. Roberts. 3rd down and 9. Clock moving with 4 flat left to go in the game. Carson Duck shows blitz now from his linebacker position. Now backs out of it. Here comes the blitz up the middle, and look out, Turner is down. He is sacked at the 27-yard line. Solomon Landrum, Tate Davis, and Cole Daniels all came in flying, and look out because Turner is down, and he is writhing in pain. 3 Bobcats smothered him at about the 28-yard line. It's the first time tonight that he's really been under major pressure. But immediately after the play was made, it was clear, let's just put it that way, it was clear that he was in some major pain at about the 28-yard line. And we certainly hope for the best here. It was a great defensive play by Sumrall. But he's being tended to at about the 28-yard line. Sumrall trailing South Pike. It is 12-10 with 3:39 left to go here in the second quarter. When play resumes, the Eagles will have a 4th down and about 22. But the terrific quarterback, Dontavius Turner for South Pike, appears to be in some major pain at about the 28-yard line. He really got engulfed by the trio of Landrum, Daniels, and Tate Davis, and he's up now. but has his left foot up in the air. He's putting all of his weight on his right foot. And look, if his ankle is hurt, that's one thing. I just hope knees, man. I just hope that it's not the knees. Knees are only made to bend one way, but he's off the field. And we'll have to watch his status very carefully because as good as this Eagle team is, the quarterback is always the spark plug. But now Chris Royal, the sophomore, will be called in to run the show here for the Eagles, who lead Sumrall 12-10 with 3:30 left in the second quarter. 4th down and 22. Boy, welcome to the ball game, Chris Royal. Takes the shotgun. Royal throws toward the end zone looking for a receiver, and it's incomplete. Dennis Jackson was there in coverage. The pass was overthrown. Jackson could have tried to make the interception, but knowing it was 4th down anyway, and that the ball was going to go over on downs, a very alert and smart Dennis Jackson just let the ball fall incomplete. So Sumrall has the football with 3:17 left to go here in the second quarter.
Back to the field, the South Pike.
And again, hold the presses, because if Dontavius Turner is down for the Eagles, he is a terrific young quarterback.
Keep in mind here, Eagles get the ball at their half.
They do indeed. If Sumrall won the toss and elected to take the kick, there's a handoff up the middle, a pickup of about 4, right straight up the gut. Tyreek Preston on the run for Sumrall. He was wrapped up on the play by Charles Williams, the senior defensive tackle. So they'll give him a gain of, say, 3, 2nd down and 7. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left to go before half. South Pike 12, Sumrall 10. Sumrall the 4 seed out of Region 7-4A. South Pike the number 1 seed in Region 6-4A. The give and go again to Preston. But again, not much room at the end. Maybe plunged forward for another couple of yards. So it brings up a 3rd down and 5. But this is part of the strategy for Sumrall, is just keep it out of the South Pike Eagles offense's hands, because it has been so explosive. As we mentioned in the pregame, over half the games that South Pike has played this year, they've put up at least 60. In a couple of other games, they've put up 50. So an offensive juggernaut, but they can't score if they don't have the ball. Handoff to, nice play there, across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Darren Coney across the 40, and a penalty marker comes down at the 45. A great run by young Darren Coney. I'm telling you, this kid's going to be a star. This is a face mask against the Eagles. They'll tack on another 15. Momentum has definitely shifted to the Sumrall side of the ledger. 2 minutes even left to go here in the half. It's the Eagles 12, the Rawcats 10. But Sumrall has a fresh set of downs at the 42-yard line of South Pike. Clock is running now after the chains have been set. An empty backfield. Trips to the near side for Dennis Jackson. Comes to this side. Throws it. Quick pass is caught at about the 40. Wiggling down to about the 36-yard line is Tyler Daniels, the freshman, with the pass reception to about the 35. And you can't help but think that even if Sumrall could put 3 on the board here, what that would mean in the waning seconds of the second quarter. Great game so far tonight between Sumrall and South Pike. Pickup of 6 on that play by Daniels brings up a 2nd down and 4. Man in motion to the far side is Barry. Now they'll run it to the right side. Jackson will run it himself. Gets around to the outside. Jackson gets a blocker and is pushed out at about the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. That'll move the chains. Sumrall on the move offensively and only 5 yards outside the Sumrall lawn care red zone. 1:08 left to go. The Bobcats will have to work some clock management here. We'll be going shortly to the scoreboard. The Primerica Financial Services scoreboard, where we'll get you up to date on other games from around the area. Dennis Jackson wants to throw on first down. Can't find anybody. Now will run it himself. Gets inside the 20. Spin move to the 15. Penalty flag comes in, though, at about the 15-yard line. He was taken down at about the 16-yard line. Making the tackle is Josh Day. Or check that, Willie Taylor, the linebacker. But a penalty flag comes in. I think this is going to go against the guys in white here, against Sumrall. And the Bobcats are moving backwards. It's a hold in order to try to spring Dennis downfield a little bit further. A hold on the left side of the field. So remember, holding is 10 yards from where the penalty took place. So the football is spotted at the 27 of the Eagles. Clock moving with 55 seconds left to go. It is first down and 12 for the record. Jackson fakes the handoff to Tyreek Preston, wants to throw toward that sideline. Barrett is wide open at the 10-yard line. And Barrett, after he makes the catch, steps out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The Rawcats are inside the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone at the 9. A first and goal for Sumrall with 40 seconds left, and Sumrall will call a timeout. Wow. Dennis Jackson was in trouble and then just saw Barrett standing there all by himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again,
Let's go to the Primerica Financial Services scoreboard. Again, Oak Grove defeated Jim Hill last night 48-28.
you can see any JRTC cadet, or
Lumberton,
you can go to the by the home side.
in its final regular season game tonight, is leading Salem 34-0. That's in the second quarter. Boy, Lumberton is stout.
Where you go and have the pot.
No score reported tonight between Macomb and Greene County.
To become part of the South Pike High School parent teachers
And in playoff games, in 4A playoff games,
work together to do great things for South Pike High School. Our sponsors for the night contest
two other
is Adidas.
games going on
Ambassadors of South Pike.
that we've got scores out of.
Serving Pike County for 37 years. Dr. Jar Harold, Dr. Kimberly Harold.
Florence is leading Lawrence County 21-14. That game is at Florence. Again, Florence 21, Lawrence County 14. Poplarville beating Jackson Lanier 49-0. Poplarville up in the second quarter, 49-0 over Jackson Lanier. So Poplarville appears to be on its way to a victory. Back to play now. Dennis Jackson throws toward the end zone. Zane Berry had it at the 1-yard line, and it got in and out of his hands. Incomplete. Zane has those gloves on, and he saw the ball into his hands. He just couldn't find the handle. But the incompletion stops the clock with 35 seconds left to go. They're spotting it right at the 10-yard line. So you can't get a first down, but with 35 seconds, you know, what would it matter anyway? Sumrall, according to our records, has one timeout left. The Eagles have all of theirs. Second down and goal from the 10. Dennis Jackson fakes the handoff to Preston. Wants to throw, can't find anybody. He's in trouble. Look out. And again, Jackson throws it. And here comes the flag. This time, I think they're going to get Jackson for intentional grounding. And boy, what a terrible time for this to happen, because you're in field goal range here. And intentional grounding, remember, is a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. So it would make it third down and goal. It is intentional grounding.
Lost the down.
So now Sumrall's in a situation where they've got to get some yardage just to get into field goal range. A costly mistake there. The football is at the 25-yard line. 29 seconds left to go. Sumrall's got to get it all the way into the end zone. They can't get a first down. They just want to try to get some yardage back to give Bryson Smith a shot to take the lead here. Dennis Jackson, pass over the middle. Zane Berry at the 12-yard line. The back judge is saying that Berry trapped it. So it is incomplete. They do not give him credit for the catch. So 4th down at the 24, which would make it a 41-yard kick, and Sumrall will burn its last time out. So what Shannon White and his coaches are talking about, do we try a 41-yarder here? The problem with a 41-yard attempt is that because it has to be kicked farther, the trajectory on the kick would have to be lower, which would mean if the Eagles blocked it, the ball would be live. Because it's 4th down here, you can't get a first down. You have to throw it to the end zone and hope for the best. It is South Pike 12, Sumrall 10, with 24 seconds left to go before the Grand Bank halftime show. The Soul of the South will perform. That's the band here at South Pike. Sumrall has sent a pep band, which is over in the bandstand on the far side of the field here at Coley Field. So it's 4th down. No field goal attempt here. Dennis Jackson may try the Hail Mary into the end zone. Marshall Phillips and Tyler Daniels to the near side. Jackson rolls to his right, waits for his receivers to get there, launches it toward the end zone. It's in the air, it's down there, and the ball is incomplete. Zane Berry was the nearest receiver. He actually threw it a little bit too far, and it went out of bounds just beyond the baseline. Berry went up to catch it, but even had he been able to hang on, I think he might have been out of the end zone. So the ball goes over on downs with 17 seconds left to go. South Pike maintaining a 12-10 lead over Sumrall here in the first round of the South State 4A playoffs. And South Pike will get the football to begin the second half. But what a good job the Sumrall defense has done in containing this offensive juggernaut to just 12 points. They'll take a knee and end the quarter and the half. So the teams will go to the locker rooms. We've completed 2 quarters here in Magnolia. It's the South Pike Eagles 12. The Sumrall Bobcats 10. Ready to buy or build your dream home? Well, Grand Bank has the perfect loan for you, from hassle-free construction financing to ideal programs for first-time home buyers. Grand Bank has become the preferred choice for home shoppers in the Pine Belt wanting low rates and quality customer service they can count on. Find out for yourself. Stop by Grand Bank in Hattiesburg and Petal, or you can call them at 601-264-1467. That's 264-1467. Grand Bank is your hometown bank, locally owned and operated, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. I want to thank Cammie Simmons and Sean Little, the folks at Grand Bank, for sponsoring our Sumrall webcasts this year. Let's check other scores from around the area of Florence County. That's kind of a combination of Florence and Lawrence County. The Florence Eagles at home tonight against Lawrence County. So the 2 seed from Region 6-4A Florence beating the 3 seed from Region 7-4A. That's Florence 21, Lawrence County 14. That is in the second quarter. Macomb, the 3 seed from Region 6-4A, is at Leakesville tonight. Greene County was our district's number 2 seed. No score in the first quarter, at least no score being reported in the first quarter. We always seem to have trouble getting scores out of Leakesville.
Yep. It's hard that way on Twitter and Facebook also.
Other games, Poplarville, the number 1 seed in the King of the Hill in South 4A, clobbering Jackson Lanier 50-6. That is in the second quarter. Poplarville leading Lanier 50-6. Lumberton wrapping up its regular season in 1A tonight, having no problem with Salem, 41-0. Of course, Lumberton, by beating Stringer last week, wrapped up that number 1 seed out of that 1A district. And in Thursday night play, Oak Grove defeated Jim Hill 48-28. So most likely, Oak Grove is going to be a 2 seed in 6A play when they begin the playoffs. Remember that 2, 3, and 4A, the playoffs start tonight. 1A, 5A, and 6A, because they have fewer schools, they'll start their playoffs next week.
Hey, what about our second quarter trivia question?
Oh, we didn't get to that tonight. Well, we'll have to make sure we get to it in the third quarter.
It's been a fast-moving game
tonight. It has been lots of, and actually very few penalties called. Only one penalty called against Sumrall. It was a personal foul face mask. Everything else was against South Pike. But the Eagles lead at 12-10, and South Pike will get the football to begin the second half. Great job by the Sumrall defense, at least limiting the Eagle offensive attack. And really, in this case, you've heard the adage that the best defense is a good offense, and that has been the case tonight for Sumrall, because obviously if Sumrall has the football, then South Pike doesn't. So they can't score, generally, if they don't have the ball. Defense obviously can score, but usually offenses do. Basketball season right around the corner. We want to wish Coach Dave Bush and the basketball Bobcats good luck. The youth football teams involved in playoffs. State championship weekend for high school is the last weekend of November. Thanksgiving is kind of early this year. It's not Thanksgiving weekend. It's the weekend after that will be the state football championships at the high school level, and those are being staged at M.M. Roberts Stadium on the campus of Southern Miss. So for all of our local teams, we'd love to see them there, because they wouldn't have to travel very far. We mentioned the games on the schedule for tonight. Junior college tomorrow, the first round of the MACJC playoffs, has Jones at home against Northwest. Both those teams ranked among the best in the country. And then at the Division I level, Marshall is at Southern Miss. That's a 2 o'clock game. South Carolina is up at Ole Miss. And Mississippi State of the SEC hosting Louisiana Tech of Conference USA. Should we ask the trivia question now, the Stacy Clark Temple trivia question?
Sure, might as well.
It actually deals with Southern Miss. So, they've been known as the Golden Eagles for a long time, and before that, they were the Southerners, and they used Colonel Nathan Bedford Forrest, or somebody that looked like Colonel Nathan Bedford Forrest, as the mascot. But there was a time back in the 40s when Southern Miss was not known as the Southerners or the Golden Eagles. What were they known as for just a couple of years back in the 40s? That's our trivia question tonight. You can text us the answer, 601-310-7077. Our trivia question brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Stacy Clark Temple.
I heard what it was during freshman orientation, but I do not remember what they said it was.
Oh, see, now, little did you know that information would come in handy at some point, right, Jeremy? So again, tonight, we know that you're hearing us, but no video feed tonight, because the MHSAA charges a pretty hefty fee to actually have your school be broadcast. I'm not really sure why they charge that much money that very few people are going to pay, but nonetheless, we won't get into a political discussion. We can just tell you that at halftime here, South Pike leads Sumrall by a score of 12-10. A Dennis Jackson touchdown run and a Bryson Smith extra point was the second scoring. The first was a 35-yard field goal by Bryson Smith and gave Sumrall the early lead 3-0. But then the Eagles responded, and they haven't been able to convert either of their extra point conversions. Their 2-point conversions in both cases failed both times. If Sumrall wins tonight, they would definitely get a home game next week at Lions Field, and they would play the winner of the Mendenhall game, and most likely that would be Mendenhall. If the Eagles win here tonight, then I believe they would be right back here at home. Florence has hit pay dirt again and now leads Lawrence County 28-14. That game is right up Highway 49 from Sumrall in Florence. But we are here in Magnolia, in South Pike County. Our score at halftime is South Pike 12, Sumrall 10. We're going to leave our microphones open to where you can kind of hear the band and hear what's going on. You'll know when we're getting close to the second half of play. And of course, we'll have all the play-by-play action for you. And if you haven't checked in on the Sumrall roll call yet, we'd love to hear from you at 601-310-7077. Not a lot of Sumrall fans here tonight on this cold night in Magnolia, so we know that you're out there listening to the game tonight. We would love to hear from you. There you see the score, and you see about how much time is left before we begin the second half of play, a half in which South Pike will get the football first. You're listening to the 4A South State High School football playoffs on our Sumrall Athletics YouTube channel. Back at Coley Field on the campus of South Pike High School. Getting ready for the second half of tonight's playoff game between South Pike and Sumrall. The Eagles lead at 12-10 here at half. And should Sumrall win tonight's game, most likely they would play Mendenhall next week. We do know that it would be at Sumrall. By the way, before we took the break, we asked you the Stacy Clark Temple State Farm Insurance trivia question. Southern Miss has either been known as the Golden Eagles or the Southerners, but there was a time for a couple of years in the 40s when they weren't known as either. What were they known as? And the answer is the Yellow Jackets. They were known as the Yellow Jackets for just a couple of years in the 40s. Not a lot of people know that, but if you look at the history of what is now the University of Southern Mississippi, you'll find that out. Thanks to Stacy Clark Temple for sponsoring our trivia question this year, and Grand Bank for sponsoring the halftime show. Getting ready here for the second half of play, updating the Primerica Financial Services scoreboard and other playoff games involving teams from District 7 4A. Poplarville having no problem. They are walloping Lanier 50-6. That is a halftime score. Florence leading Lawrence County 28-14, so it doesn't look good for our team there. And Greene County is leading Macomb. Greene County 14, Macomb nothing. That is a halftime score. All of our scores brought to you by our friends at Primerica Financial Services. Bryson Smith puts a right toe into it, takes a bounce inside the 10-yard line, and the Eagles bring it out to the near side of the field. That's Alex Adams, who gets up across the 30 and is escorted out at about the 31-yard line. Nigel Coleman was there to do it. So now we'll see who is at the controls of the offense here. And it looks like Chris Royal will be at quarterback. In case you missed it, Dontavius Turner, the terrific quarterback, the junior quarterback for South Pike, went down with a leg injury of some kind. It looked like an ankle, but it might have been a knee. But anyway, he looks like he will not be back. So Chris Royal, the sophomore, comes in to run the offense. Hand up the middle, but not much room there. Stacking it up is Ashanti Cocroft coming in from his linebacker position. No gain on the play, brings up a second down and 10. Well, they maybe give him a yard forward progress. Nice job by Cocroft. He's playing the Mike linebacker position. Goolsby on the left side. And Carson Duck, the quack attack on the outside. Second down and 10. He runs it himself this time, and Royal gets dumped in the backfield. Nigel Coleman, the Pearl River commit, wraps him up. He got some help from a Darius Fairman. A loss on the play will bring up now a third down and 10, the first possession of the second half. The Eagles have the football and the lead, 12-10 over Sumrall.
Eagle Nation, let's get behind this offense. Let's go. Let's go.
So Chris Royal out of the shotgun. They'll try to run it, cutting it up and getting first down yardage and spinning and still on his feet is Deldrion Amos. Boy, Sumrall had such a good stand right there, and then Amos finds a hole. And one of the keys to the running backs for South Pike is the way they spin and bob back and forth. So first and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Look for them to run the football a lot. This time, Amos is stood up after a pickup of a couple, maybe. The Sumrall defense fired up over there, and Nigel Coleman is having a terrific game for Sumrall. It is a pickup of 2, second down. Clock moving with 10:18 left to go here in the third quarter. A South Pike team that's been averaging about close to 50 points a game. They'll try this near side again. Duck slowed him down so that other people could get some help, but Amos goes down at about the 42. They've got to get to the 40. So it'll be a third down upcoming and a big play coming up here for the Sumrall defense. Sumrall trailing 12-10. The Eagles have put the ball into the end zone a couple times, but have not been able to convert. Have not been able to convert the 2-pointers. Give and go, handoff up the middle, and getting away from a couple of tacklers, and then being taken down inside the 35-yard line.
Number 5.
It's Kadarius Jackson.
Kadarius Jackson. And with that carry, Mr. Jackson, another Eagles first down.
So first down at the 33-yard line of Sumrall. So Chris Royal, you would think that with his inexperience, they wouldn't try to put the ball in the air, but they haven't had to. First and 10, they've been chewing up yards on the ground. 4 down linemen here for Sumrall. They show the blitz and hand it off. And Jackson this time goes nowhere, as that blitz was able to clog up the middle part of the line for Sumrall. No gain.
Second down for our Eagles.
Second down and 10 for South Pike, the heavy favorite in this game, being the number 1 seed from Region 6-4A. Royal again on the handoff. An inside handoff to about the 27-yard line. And again, Amos doing most of the heavy lifting here for the Eagles here in the second half. Picks up about 6 on the play, brings up a 3rd down and 4. You would think that the Eagles here would go for it on 4th down if they needed to.
Eagles, let's go.
They have had the ball the entire 3rd quarter. Handoff again in the middle. Did not get the first down. Jackson got to about the 16, but that's not enough. They've got to get to about the 13 and a half. So very quickly, the Eagles line right back up on 4th down, not letting the Sumrall defense rest. Royal at quarterback, and now the whistle blows. And the Eagles want to talk this over. Big play coming up for the Sumrall defense under the circumstances, trailing 12-10 with 7:42 left to go here in the 3rd. Again, Sumrall has not had the football yet here in the second half. Hattiesburg Children's Clinic is committed to the care and well-being of your child from birth to adolescence. Children's Clinic is open daily and offers immunizations, monitors your child's growth and development, and treats a wide range of childhood illnesses. Call 601-261-3500 to schedule an appointment. For more information, HattiesburgClinic.com. Children's Clinic, care you need for the children you love. Dr. April Gilmore, who was April McGilvray back when she went to Sumrall High School, one of the pediatricians there at Hattiesburg Children's Clinic, thanks to Dr. Gilmore. Handoff and a first down run for the Eagles, is pushing him forward. Amos got enough for the first down at about the 19-yard line. So again, big 4th down conversion for the Eagles at the 19. The Eagles have not shown a propensity to place kick the football at all. Direct snap to the quarterback, and Royal is wrestled down at about the 12-yard line by Nigel Coleman. Gain of about 6 on the play. 7 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Boy, the Eagles methodically working themselves down the field. They're inside now the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone at about the 14-yard line. Royal again on the run, is able to get away from one man, but then gets hammered at about the 10 and pushed backwards. Nigel Coleman and Solly Landrum help take care of him, but he gets down to the 10. About a yard shy. Clock moving with 6:31. Eagles certainly don't want to stop the clock. 3rd down and short. They'll go out of the shotgun formation this time. Royal hands it off, and that should be enough. Not a big gain, but they didn't need many or much. Inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line on the carry. And it is enough for the first down by Deldrion Amos. So 1st and goal now. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Eagles have had the ball this entire. There's a bad snap. He has to come back and cover it at the 25-yard line. Was downed on the play by James Ford. A big break for the Rawcats there as it comes all the way back to the 25-yard line, and the Eagles have got to get into the end zone. They cannot get a first down. They have to go all the way to pay dirt. So 2nd down, goal to go from the Sumrall 25. The Eagles nursing a 12-10 lead. A 12-10 lead over Sumrall. 2nd down. Here comes the blitz. Goolsby hits him and the ball is loose, but they cover it up. Back at the 34-yard line, Goolsby came in on delayed blitz. And as he was taking Royal down, he coughed up the football. And Marquez Stallings was there in the backfield and was able to cover it up.
Two big breaks for the Bobcats there. Defense being on the field the whole 3rd quarter so far.
3rd down and forever for the Eagles. They've got to get to the end zone. And this is a 3rd down from the 34-yard line. 4:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Blitz is being shown again, and maybe Sumrall jumped off sides. No, we've got a false start against the Eagles. This will move them back to the 39-yard line.
With State playing La Tech this weekend, brings us back to last year when La Tech had a 3rd and goal from about 93 yards to go.
Well, the Eagles keep it up. They're going to be right in there with them. Blitz being shown. Hand off, and down he goes. A loss in the backfield by Deldrion Amos back to the 45-yard line. Great defensive play by Sumrall. And the quack attack was in there to make the play from his linebacker position, Carson Duck. So on 4th down now, the Eagles, which looked like they were going to take it in for a score, will now wind up punting it away.
Something you don't see very much. 4th and goal, punting it away.
From the 47-yard line. Tyrese Carter, a low worm burner that Dennis Jackson will just look at. The Eagles hover over it and put a talon on it at the 9-yard line. This is the first time in the half that Sumrall has had the football. Almost 8 minutes taken off the clock by the Eagles. And they have nothing to show for it. All Sumrall needs is a field goal. 4:03 left to go here in the 3rd. Dennis Jackson at quarterback. We'll see what the Bobcats have. Ball is right at the 10-yard line on the give and go to Barrett. Barrett will bob and weave and get up to about the, 13-yard line. Bobcats just looking for a little bit more breathing room down at their end of the field, working right to left here at Coley Field. From the far hash mark in front of the Sumrall bench, in front of the Bobcat faithful that weathered the cold tonight here in Magnolia. 2nd down, direct snap to Dennis Jackson. Now throws across the middle to Barrett. Barrett makes the catch, and he's up to the 30-yard line. Before he was taken down, Dennis Jackson drew some attention because it looks like he was going to run it to the left side. And as soon as Barrett broke free, he hit him with a pass across the middle. Gain on the crossing route of a 1st down for Sumrall. They have the football at their own 32-yard line. Clock moving with 3:02 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Sumrall trailing South Pike 12-10. Dennis Jackson puts a man in motion. That is Zane Berry. They give it to Berry. Berry cuts it upfield, is able to lower the shoulder pads and get across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of about 5. So Sumrall methodically working its way the other direction. But again, the Bobcats only need a field goal. They'll say 2nd down and 6. Sumrall has played well here tonight. They have taken care of the football and have not had but 1 penalty the entire game. This time it is Phillips that gets put in motion. Dennis Jackson will run it himself across the 40, gets up to about the 42. They've got to get to about the 43. So 3rd down and a yard coming up, and that's usually when the heavy package checks in for Sumrall, and here they come. Solomon Landrum, Cole Daniels, just a sophomore. He is going to be a huge Division I talent once he gets up his senior year. Also in there.
Down for the Bobcats. Eagle Nation. Let's get behind the defense.
The big guys for Sumrall. Jackson will go under center this time. They give it off on the dive play to Coleman. Coleman across the 50-yard line. Now check that, Ashanti Cocroft on the ball carry. Ashanti Cocroft across the 50 to about the 49-yard line, and that'll move the chains again. Bobcats looking to pull off the huge upset here with 1:32 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, the first possession of the 2nd half for the Lamar Countyans. Twin receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Barrett, short right. Now they put Barrett in motion, and they hand it off to Barrett. Stretch play, maybe got a yard before he was knocked down on the play by Willie Taylor, the outstanding defensive back. So Taylor wraps him up after a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as we near the 1-minute mark left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a terrific football game. And it's a playoff game. The winner moves on. The team that does not win starts planning for next year. Empty backfield. Dennis Jackson rolls to his right. Will he throw it? Wants to run it. Now dumps it at the last minute to Barrett. And man, did he get smashed at about the 42-yard line. Again, he is so tough, Hayden Barrett, that he took that lick and bounced right back up. Bobcats are about 3 yards short of a first down. It is 3rd down. 51 seconds left to go. He got out of bounds, stopping the clock, so a big 3rd down play here. South Pike 12, Sumrall 10. Empty backfield again for Dennis Jackson, and now the whistle blows. And it looks like we've got a movement on Sumrall. Or one of the guys lined up offside. Referees tonight from the Laurel Association. So now that's crucial because now it's a 3rd down and about 7 for Sumrall instead of 3rd and 2. The playbook not near as thick when it's 3rd and 7. Clock still stopped with 51 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. There has been no scoring here in the 2nd half. Dennis Jackson rolls to his right, now wants to throw across the middle to Berry, and he got hit as soon as he tried to haul that ball in with a one-handed catch at the 30 and got his bell rung right as he made contact. Good coverage again by Willie Taylor, the linebacker. So it forces a 4th down, and Sumrall will punt it away with 45 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The only scoring tonight for Sumrall has been the 35-yard long field goal by Bryson Smith and the Dennis Jackson touchdown run. High snap, but Phillips is able to get it and get the kick away. Again, a Sumrall bounce working its way down to about the 14-yard line. Boy, how Payne Phillips can kick that ball that low and not hit anybody is beyond me. But you've got this South Pike Eagle team on the ropes. Look, this South Pike team is not used to only scoring 12 points at this point in the game. 35 seconds left to go in the 3rd.
Now, what's the starting quarterback's number 3's name?
Dontavius Turner.
Yeah, I've been watching him over here on the sideline. He still has his helmet, but he's been holding his knee, trying to still walk it off. So it looks like to be a knee injury.
Yeah, he's on the bench. So Chris Royal, the sophomore, at the controls, but they have been keeping it primarily on the ground. And here's another nice run up to about the 25-yard line. Again, the clock is the friend of South Pike, but only a 2-point lead, but that's all you need.
Number 27,
Deldrion Amos has been doing most of the running here for the Eagles. That was a first down run.
And with that carry,
with 20 seconds left to go. And they do not have to run another play in the third quarter. We'll see if they do or not. No, they're going to start meandering toward their respective sidelines. So 3 quarters in the books here at Coley Field in Magnolia, and we are at a 12-10 score, which is exactly where we were at halftime. Dandy Dan's in Bellevue and Chevron, glad to be part of our webcast sponsors this year. We thank them so much. And if you haven't been by there to enjoy some of those always hot, fresh coffees, you need to. Wasn't necessarily a big fan until I started stopping at Dandy Dan's and Chevron in Bellevue in the mornings and getting a really nice hot coffee. And for these cooler mornings, nothing hits the spot quite like probably at your age, Jeremy, you're not a coffee drinker.
No. Not even being in college, I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah, because college and sometimes, to stay awake for tests and studying and things like that.
Mountain Dew. That'll get it for me.
That'll do it too. So we head to the last quarter of the season for one of these two teams. South Pike leads Sumrall 12-10.
All right.
The Sumrall defense has played so well tonight. But a couple of big fourth down conversions by the Eagles have kept them in business. And they have the football here, 1st and 10, moving right to left now. Faking the handoff, Royal runs it himself, but a penalty marker flies in the interior line. That's usually a hold against the offense. And it is against the Eagles. Of course, we don't know how this game is going to end up. But if South Pike doesn't win this game, they'll have to look at the number of penalties.
And a number of them being 10, 15 yards.
The major ones. Sumrall's had a couple of face mask penalties tonight, and one offsides, but that's about it. Counter play. Amos gets some of those yards back, maybe about 4 of them back. But it will bring up a 2nd down and about 16. Now we start watching the clock. And our viewers, they can see that, yes?
Yes.
Jeremy, okay, so you can see the clock at home. There's no need for me to mention the time. You see it. The rest of it is audio only. Faking the handoff, and oh man, did he get stood up in the backfield. Solomon Landrum crushed Chris Royal, the quarterback, on that play. Holy cow. Solomon with a full head of steam through there and got his money's worth. 3rd down. No gain on the play. 3rd down and about 15 with 10:58 left to go. Royal, the backup quarterback, rolls to his left on the delay. Ball's on the ground. The ball is fumbled at the 18-yard line, and the Bobcats say they have it.
Yep.
And they do. That's where those hard-hitting tackles come into play. They jarred the ball loose, and I'm not sure if Nigel Coleman fell on it. Goolsby was in the area.
Yeah, start of the play, it looked like the running back, he ran right into one of his offensive linemen and then ran into either Goolsby or Coleman.
So the long and the short of it is the Bobcats already have it in the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone at the 20-yard line with 10:47 left to go in the contest. 12-10, the Eagles lead it. Shannon White, the head coach for Sumrall, who also serves as the offensive coordinator. Empty backfield. Jackson runs to his right, inside the 15. Jackson breaks one tackle, gets down to the 10-yard line.
Close to a 1st down.
Bobcats smelling end zone here. 1st and goal. Right at the 10. So is it not a 1st down? No, just inches short of a 1st down. So 2nd and short. Again, an empty backfield. Cronin is out here to the right. So is Marshall Phillips. You've got Barrett, Berry, and Daniels on the other side. Penalty marker comes down as Dennis Jackson spins his way down to about the 5. Same thing there, thrown in the interior part of the line. This is probably going against Sumrall. And it is.
Offense, 52. The play stop now.
John Failer or Nathan Kano.
All right,
Nathan
let's
Kano.
get for the defense.
Kano, I guess, is who they
Let's
got
go.
it on.
Let's go.
Very difficult lots of times for the center to hold.
Yeah, it was easy to call for him.
Second down, Bobcats.
So they get the down over, but it's now 2nd down and 11. Sumrall does not want to cause any more penalties like that because they're in field goal range here, you would think, which is all they need. 2nd down and 11. Jackson again with an empty backfield. Rolls to his left. Throws it out into the flat. It is caught, but remember that once a receiver or anybody's knee goes to the ground, you're automatically down whether you were touched or not. Tyler Daniels made the catch, but he had to go down to one knee to make that grab. He was not touched, but because his knee was down, that is the rule. So it's a gain of 2 is all. Brings up a 3rd down play with 9:17 left to go here in the game. Sumrall trailing by 2.
We like your defense. Let's go.
Dennis Jackson. Will they play for the field goal here? We'll see. They fake it to Barrett. Now Jackson will roll to his right. Gets around coverage, around pressure, throws it back to the middle. Zane Berry makes the catch at the 2-yard line. Zane Berry's first reception of the night. He hauls it in at the 2. He found a little seam in the soft zone there for the defense of South Pike.
Here comes the big package.
And Claire Peller in the old Wendy's commercials back in the 1980s asked, "Where's the beef?" Well, it just checked in for Sumrall as the heavy package comes in on a 1st and goal from the South Pike 2-yard line. The clock is still moving with 8:42. You see it left to go in the game. Sumrall trailing by 2. They go out of the eye, directly out of the eye. The dive play right straight ahead. Bobcats think they have a touchdown, but they'll have to unravel this knot of people. I'm not even sure. Did they hand it to Landrum?
Looked like they handed off 95.
And he lowered his shoulder. Nope, no touchdown is indicated. But man, that nose of the football is just outside the goal line.
Snapper can't hardly move it without being a touchdown.
Yeah, but it's great because Sumrall will get to burn another 30 seconds. I mean,
Right.
you'd think that the Bobcats would score here as they're inside the Sumrall Lawn Care red zone.
If we could only run off 8 minutes.
So we'll see. Again, the heavy package. Triple stack I behind the quarterback. Handoff again to Landrum. Right side, it looks like he's in, and he is. That's a Bobcat touchdown. Solomon Landrum. The Bobcats have the lead.
Looks
Now, you go for 2.
Right.
That's the strategy here, because if you get the 2, it makes it an 18-12 game, which means the Eagles could score a touchdown and potentially still just tie.
Because they haven't been kicking PATs, and they've missed or no good on two-point conversions.
So here we go. Jackson again under center. They fake the pitch. Jackson rolls to his right, and he is in trouble, and down he goes. The 2-point conversion is no good.
2-point conversion is no good.
So with 7 minutes, 46 seconds left to go in the game, it is Sumrall 16, South Pike 12. The number 4 seed, Sumrall Bobcats, trying to upend the top seed in Region 6-4A. An Eagle team that is 9-2 on the year and wasn't even close to being beaten in district play.
If the Bobcats are able to pull it off here, head on home next week, can you imagine the capacity crowd in Sumrall?
Would it be nuts at Lions Field next Friday night? And that's what high school football is all about, but lots of strategy here still to be implemented. With 7:46 left to go, Bryson Smith will kick it away. The Sumrall defense will be called upon to
Once
try
again.
to close it out. Smith's kick is a knuckleball that goes out of bounds at the about the 32-yard line. So the Eagles can take it up at the 35. Or they might make Smith kick it again with 7:46 left to go. Sumrall with the lead late in this contest. Greene County continues to lead Macomb. That's 14-0 in the third. Poplarville has a running clock against Lanier. They lead that one 50-14. Poplarville's going to win and move on. In the third quarter, Florence 31, Lawrence County 21.
Welcome back to the field.
And in regular season play, Lumberton 41, Salem 14. That's in the fourth quarter. All of our scores brought to you by our friends at Primerica Financial Services. One of these teams' season will end tonight in about 7 minutes and 46 seconds, most likely. The Eagles have it at their own 40. They'll take the 5-yard penalty from the 35 up to the 40, and that's where they'll start. They have a 60-yard field here. And again, the starting quarterback, Dontavius Turner, after a quarterback sack, hurt his leg, so he's been out of the contest. And so it goes to Chris Royal, the backup quarterback, who finds some running room himself up ahead to about the 50. So they'll spot it a gain of 11. So they move the chains. A field goal does the Eagles no good. And the Eagles have 2 timeouts. Sumrall has all 3. Handoff, look out! Streaking down the sideline, it's Amos. Deldrion Amos got around the outside and took it to the house from 49 yards away. An Eagle offense that had been asleep at the wheel. Did not hit the snooze alarm this time. 49 yards on the scamper and the score for Deldrion Amos. They'll try to go for 2 here. Bad snap, but penalty flags come down. We've got a false start against the Eagles. So this makes it 18-16, kind of right where we were a minute ago, where a field goal would win it for Sumrall. So the Bobcat lead, very short-lived. So they're going to try to kick it now to make it a 3-point game, or a field goal would just tie it. That would be the strategy. That's right. What they should do here. Or only because of the penalty. Only because of the penalty they should try to kick it. And now here comes the starting quarterback back in.
It looks like they're going to burn timeout.
And now the penalty marker comes, unless they call timeout, they'll get a delay of game. It is a delay of game call now against Poplarville. So another 5-yarder. Boy, somebody should have had the presence of mind to call the timeout.
Right.
So they kept the timeout. But now they're trying a 2-point conversion from the 13-yard line. Starting quarterback back in, lofting it toward the corner, looking for coverage, and the ball is batted away. Incomplete, no good.
With 7 minutes.
But what is significant to note there is Dontavius Turner is back in the game, albeit hobbling. And he is still nursing that ankle, gingerly coming off the field. 18 for South Pike, 16 for Sumrall. The Bobcats will have the football with 7:18 left to go. It does not appear at the way that this score looks now that overtime would be realistic. Dennis Jackson will be back along with Barrett and Tyler Daniels for the Rawcats. This has been a spectacular first-round football game.
It's definitely been a playoff game.
So here we go. Low liner that we fielded at about the 25-yard line. by Tyler Daniels, and he gets smoked at about the 29. So decent starting position for Sumrall here. And no reason for Sumrall to get too antsy here with all 3 timeouts and 7:12 left on the clock. There you see as you look at the scoreboard, again, an audio feed tonight, but you see the timeout, that TOL, that's timeouts left for each team. So Dennis Jackson and the Sumrall Bobcats looking for a playoff win. Made it to the playoffs, but beaten in the first round last year. Jackson on the snap, tries to string it out. Eagles are there to wrap him up after a minimal gain of maybe 2 yards. But stops the clock with 7:06 left to go. The Bobcats just need a field goal. And Bryson Smith already has one to his credit tonight, a 35-yard effort that was right down Broadway. Second down. Sumrall looking to win on the road. And now a timeout is called. So momentum now has swung back to the South Pike Eagle side of the ledger.
Let's hear it for our team. Let's go. It's playoff time. Let's go.
Second down. And about 9. Sumrall has not turned it over at all tonight. John Ford is loosening up. He is the freshman quarterback for Sumrall, but he doesn't look like he's just passively warming up. He looks like he's meaning business over there.
Here he comes.
And here he comes. So Dennis Jackson would be implemented as a receiver.
No, he's not even out on the field.
He's not. Dennis Jackson is not on the field. So we don't know if Dennis might have gotten his bell rung or what the situation is there.
Let's go with the defense. Let's go.
But man.
Yeah, I see him walking over on the sideline, kind of limping a little bit.
John Ford in at quarterback. Quick pass out into the flat by Cronin. It's caught by Cronin. Cronin gets his bell rung at about the 35, but does pick up about 4 yards. So it'll be a third down and about 5. Tyreek Preston coming in now. John Ford still in the game. Third down and about 4. Big play here for Sumrall with 6:35 now left to go. Trailing by 2. Trying to be the only team in the district to win on the road. As it looks like the number 3 seed from Lawrence County is going to lose at Florence. Third down, handoff to Tyreek Preston. Preston on an inside handoff, didn't get there. Might have gotten half of what he needed. He was wrapped up on the play by Angus Armstrong, the junior linebacker. Fourth down. And no punting unit in for Sumrall. So here we go with Cole Daniels, Solomon Landrum, Nick Eccles. Guys that would definitely blow out the light bulbs on the weigh scale. Come in here on 4th down and 1. 5:34 and counting. Out of that eye that shifts to the right. Oh, they get, and look at that. Staggered count, and the Eagles jump.
I don't know if they have a flag in the backfield over here, or the defensive side for maybe a delay of game. It was close.
It is a delay of game against Sumrall. Wow. Now the punting unit will have to come in because the Eagles jumped, but it wasn't until after that whistle. The hard count. They fell victim to the hard count. Phillips will have to kick it away now at about the 20-yard line. Clock moving with, you see it. Phillips at his own 20. Gets this kick away, and it is not a good kick. It's off the side of his foot and gets out of bounds at about the 45. So a short field here. The Eagles have 55 yards to go with 5:04 left. Sumrall needs a big stop or a turnover here. They have been able to recover a couple of fumbles tonight, and they themselves have not turned it over at all. Boy, South Pike this year has not been held to this few points. So here we go on first down. Handoff. Amos tries the middle, but he is stacked up. No gain on the play. You would think that Turner, who is in at quarterback now, Dontavius Turner does not have a good enough wheel. That ankle is not good enough to where he can run. So you know that the Eagles are just going to hand it off and try to burn some clock. Sumrall just needs a field goal. They stack the box on second down. Amos again, and he is hit and dropped backwards for a loss on the play of about 3. Great defensive surge by the Bobcats. Ashanti Cocroft, the senior linebacker. He went nowhere. Third down and 11. As we get near 4 minutes left to go in this game. Sumrall trying to pull off the upset against a very good South Pike team. Third down and 11. They show blitz. He wants to throw, does, downfield, looking for a receiver, and it's incomplete over the intended receiver's head, who was streaking down the sideline. Alex Adams just could not catch up to it.
And that helps. That saves a timeout probably for the Bobcats right there.
Because the incompletion stops the clock. So Sumrall will get the ball back. Each team with just 2 timeouts.
And no indication right now. I see Janice Jackson over there with the trainer.
Tyrese Carter is a linebacker. He is going to try to punt this away. And it hits somebody. And it only goes about 10 yards. So Sumrall has it at its own 47. Great field position for the Rollcats.
Jackson's back in the game.
So Danis Jackson back in at quarterback. Nice job by John Ford on the series that he was called upon. Can Sumrall pull it out? Down by 2 with 3:59 left to go in regulation. Again, I say regulation, but shouldn't, because highly unlikely that this game would end up tied. So here is Jackson with trip receivers to the far side. Twins to his right, rolls to his right, tries to hit Cronin down at the 40, but overthrew him. Cronin was being shadowed there by Zebedee Harris, the senior linebacker. Incomplete, brings up a second down and 10. Sumrall, if nothing else, wants to work itself into field goal position. The linebackers for South Pike have got to really keep an eye on Danis Jackson, because the way he is able to run, just when they think he's going to run, he'll pop the ball loose and try to find a receiver. Second down, Barrett in motion. They fake it to Barrett and throw it to the other side of the field. And the pass is caught by Daniels, who gets near a first down at about the 41-yard line. Marshall Phillips pointing like he thinks it's a first. It is a first. The chains are moving. Sumrall has it at the 42 of South Pike.
First down, Bobcats.
Clock moving after the chains have been set. Can't help but think that it might come down to a kick by Bryson Smith. But Sumrall would like to make sure there's no doubt as they look at it. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Jackson at quarterback. He sees that play clock right in front of him. They hand it on the sweep to Zane Berry, who cuts it back inside. Now to the outside, and Berry gets ripped down at the 30. And that is a first down for Sumrall at the 30-yard line.
I don't know, they're marking it close. Yep, they got it.
A final on the Primerica Financial Services scoreboard. Poplarville advances to the next round with a 50-20 win over Lanier. So congratulations to the Hornets from Region 7-4A. First down for Sumrall at the 32. 3 minutes even left to go in the game. Dennis Jackson puts Marshall Phillips in motion. And now we've got whistles and a false start on Sumrall. Oh boy.
Do not need those right now.
And 5 yards, you don't think it's much, but when you're looking for a field goal, you want to be in as close as you can. I think Lawson Graves was maybe the guy they whistled it on. He was a little bit frustrated with that call. 15 seconds on the play clock. Clock moving, as you see. Dennis Jackson and company. Phillips again in motion. This time it goes to Jackson. He tries to get to the outside. Can't find much room. Gets away from a couple of guys and then dances out at about the 30. Sumrall still has 2 timeouts. They say that he went out at about the 33, 34. Only second down. Still not a big hurry here for Sumrall. If Sumrall can pull it out, they would be home next week in the second round. Barrett in motion to the near side. Jackson takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws it down the middle. Cronin was open at the 4-yard line and just couldn't hang on to it. Incomplete. It stops the clock. It'll bring up a third down at about 12. Jackson might have thrown that ball just about a yard too far. Cronin, a yeoman's job at diving to try to make the catch, but couldn't get there. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 2:24. Sumrall trails by 2.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
From this distance, it would be about a 50-yard kick, so you'd think Sumrall's in 2-down territory here. It's a lot to ask for any high school kicker, a 50-yarder. Jackson rolls to his right. Will he throw or will he run? He now dumps it to Barrett, spins at the 30, and then he gets pushed down to about the 29. That only would make it a 46-yard kick. So 4th down coming up.
Brings the 4th down.
4th down and about 9 for Sumrall. Can the Bobcats find a way to extend this drive and perhaps extend the season? Or will they run out of gas as they slowly move toward the finish line? 4th down and 9 with 1:45 left to go, and now Shannon White wants a timeout to talk this over. What a ball game. Poplarville has already advanced with a big win over Lanier. Not much surprise there. They were the prohibitive favorite, and they might be playing in the South State 4A championship game. Who knows? Greene County is walloping Macomb. That's 35-0. Greene County over Macomb. That's in the 4th quarter. That game being played in Leakesville. Greene County, the number 2 seed from Region 7 4A. And Florence is beating Lawrence County 31-21. That's in the 3rd quarter. Lumberton has defeated Salem. Lumberton 41, Salem 14. All of our scores brought to you by our friends at Primerica Financial Services. 4th down. The Bobcats have got to get to the 20-yard line.
4th down. It's 4th down.
I think it was a good use of a timeout by Shannon White because there is no room for error here. On 4th down and about 9, Jackson with an empty backfield. Rolls to his right, now wants to throw. Lofts it toward the end zone, looking for Barry, and he is knocked down in the end zone. Barry wanted a flag, but the pass was overthrown by about 5 yards. It was ruled not catchable. And the Eagles will take over on downs with 1:38 left to go, and the Bobcats can only stop at one time. A heartbreak for the Bobcats. They just needed to get it into field goal range.
Welcome back to the field.
But hang on here now.
Soaring Eagle offense.
Again, you would expect them just to keep it on the ground and then call it a timeout Look out, breaking free, the backup, and he fumbles the ball! He fumbles the ball, and Sumrall has it! This is nuts. All they had to do was fall on the ground and make Sumrall burn a timeout.
Looks like, was that Barrett over here down? No, number 2.
It is Darius Fairman. And he's kind of holding his hip there, or his stomach. Maybe he just got kicked in the stomach a little bit, knocked the wind out of him. I can't believe they didn't just take a knee and make Sumrall burn its last timeout. Then you hand it off 2 more times, this ball game's over. But now Sumrall has recovered it. To set the table for you, the Bobcats have it at their own 43-yard line, so they've still got a distance to go. And they only have 1 timeout with which to work. I can't believe. I can't believe they ran that ball. First down for Sumrall. Bobcats have got work to do. Some new life. They were flatlined at just a minute ago. Now a strong heartbeat. Dennis Jackson, and we've got a flag coming down. This will be a hold against Sumrall. That time they got Kano again on the hold, and that was able to spring Dennis Jackson loose. So this will march the football back a good piece, back to about the 32-yard line. Bobcats have got to come up with a big play with 1:26 left to go. New life when it appeared that this game was all but over. Well, you see the cheerleaders over there imploring this Sumrall team to be able to pull off this upset against the high-flying Eagles of South Pike. First down and forever. Jackson rolls to his right, wants to throw again, has his man, it's Cronin. And they'll keep him in bounds at the 40-yard line. Cronin wanted to get out of bounds, but alertly the Eagles kept him in bounds to keep the clock moving. Bobcats have the football at their own 41-yard line. Second down and 11 as we near 1 minute left to go in the game. And now we've got a whistle again.
False start with a play.
False start. This time it's Failer that they got. Bobcats have got to show some discipline here. Not get in their own way. 1 minute even left to go in the game. It's going to take a big play either way. Sumrall, you see on the right there, a visitor, that TOL, that's timeout left. They have just 1. Jackson puts Marshall Phillips in motion. Jackson runs to the left, cuts it back up the middle. Dennis Jackson streaking up to about the 47-yard line. A nice run by Dennis Jackson, and he got out of bounds with 40 seconds left to go. Now, he's still on this side of the field. The Bobcats have it at their own 47. They have a third down and have to get it to the 47 on the other side. And only 40 seconds left to go. Obviously in 4-down territory. Jackson rolls to his right now, wants to run, throws it downfield, and he overthrows Cronin at about the 40-yard line. So brings up a 4th down again.
4th down for the Bobcats.
4th down and 6.
Eagle Nation, Eagle family, come on. Get behind the defense.
Can the Bobcats come up with at least one more play to extend this drive?
We love you. Let's go.
Which would force a home playoff game next week. 4th down and 6. Jackson with an empty backfield puts Barrett in motion. They fake the handoff to Barrett. Now Jackson rolls to his right, wants to throw downfield. The pass is tipped and incomplete. Down at the 30-yard line, Alex Adams was roving back there as a defensive back, and he was able to just get a finger on it to knock it off course. Cronin was the intended receiver down at the 30. And unless the Eagles do something again that you certainly wouldn't expect, They are going to hang on and beat Sumrall 18-16. Bobcats do have a timeout, and for sure they'll use it. But the Eagles ought to consider themselves very, very fortunate for trying to run that ball and fumbling it. Now they'll go into the victory formation and not try to run the ball. Will the Bobcats even burn a timeout? They will not. It does not appear. And now, do they?
Yeah.
Yes. So they used their last timeout, but all the South Pike Eagles will have to do is snap it one more time. I rarely use the word lucky because, I mean, you know, you create situations.
Always as if, and if we did this, and if we did that.
Right. But I still cannot believe that the Eagles tried to run a play when all they had to do was run out the clock. Because
it's different if we had 3 timeouts.
Right.
We had 1 timeout left.
Right. All you had to do was do this last series. But it looks like that mistake will not cost the Eagles the game. What a valiant effort by this Sumrall football team. At times, they've been maligned for not playing as hard as they possibly could. Tonight, they have given everything they possibly had. They take a knee. That'll run it out. And the South Pike Eagles have defeated the Sumrall Bobcats by a final score of 18-16. The number 1 seed from Region 6-4A moves on, and the Sumrall Bobcat football season has come to an end. What an effort, though. What a way if the season has to end. Fantastic effort. A salute to all these seniors who have now officially played their last game as a Sumrall Bobcat. And I think it's kind of sinking in with Zane Berry at about the 41. And now he'll get, or is that
Coleman?
Nigel Coleman. That they are shaking hands. Again, a salute to the Sumrall seniors. What a year it has been. They have been the talk of the town and the toast of the town. And some great senior play and some great senior players will be long remembered for their efforts in Sumrall uniforms. South Pike 18, Sumrall 16. The football season over for the Bobcats, but a terrific effort here tonight goes all for naught. Jeremy, I've enjoyed every minute of this football season.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a great year, lots of memories. And I thank you and your dad and all the guys working the cameras for a first-class effort, a first-class job.
Appreciate it.
When you work with professionals, man, you get professional results. So the Bobcats, who now have plenty of talent going forward, and those talent cupboards continue to fill up as more kids learn about what Sumrall is all about and want to be part of it. But the 2018 season has come to an end with a 18-16 loss at the hands of South Pike. The Eagles move on to the next round, and Sumrall moves on to next year. For executive producer Jeremy and Richard Thompson, I'm Kelly Sander. Thanks for joining us. You've been listening all season and watching all season Sumrall Bobcat football on our Sumrall Athletics YouTube channel.